Welcome to Timpanogos Hypnotherapy Podcast. Have you ever wondered, why is my child acting this way? Why won't they listen? Why does every little thing become a struggle? Maybe you have tried explaining. Maybe you have tried consequences. Maybe you have tried being more patient. And still, you find yourself asking, what am I missing? Today, I want to invite you to look at your child's behavior from a different perspective. Because what if the behavior that worries you the most is actually your child's way of asking for help? What if your child isn't misbehaving, but communicating? Hello, I'm Yoli Simons, and welcome to the Timpanogos Hypnotherapy Podcast. For many years, I have had the privilege of working with children and families as a special education teacher, clinical hypnotherapist, and martial arts instructor. Throughout those years, I have learned something that continues to stay with me. Behavior often tells a story. Children do not always have the words to explain fear, stress, frustration, anxiety, or emotional overload. So sometimes they show us through anger, they show us through shutting down, they show us through refusing school, they show us through tears, they show us through behaviors that can leave parents feeling confused and exhausted. But behind that behavior, there is often a child who is trying to communicate something important. Today, I want to share some stories with you. The stories of children and families who taught me something valuable. And my hope is that by the end of this conversation, you may look at your child's behavior a little differently. Not with less guidance, but with more understanding, because children need both a loving heart and a confident guide. I want to share a story with you because it shows something I have seen many times throughout my years working with children. Sometimes what looks like a learning problem is actually an emotional message underneath. A few years ago, a mother brought her son, teenage, to see me because he was struggling terribly in math. He was worried, and she was too, of course. She was frustrated, and like many parents, she was concerned about his future. She thought the problem was math. But when I spoke with her son privately, I asked him a simple question. What happens when you sit down to do your homework? His answer surprised me. He explained that every time he sat down to work on homework, he will hear something like, I hope you apply yourself tonight, so it won't be the same as always, failing. Now, I want you to imagine being a teenager. Imagine sitting down to learn something challenging, but before you even begin, you already feel like you have already failed. The problem was not that the young man lacked intelligence. The problem was that he had started carrying a message about himself. One of the things I have learned over the years is that children don't just hear our words. They often carry our words inside them. The words they hear repetitively can become part of their inner voice, and that inner voice influences how they approach challenges. I had a conversation with his mother, and I asked her to do something very simple, but very powerful. I asked her to speak to her son from a place of love and honesty. She told me, I'm sorry, but that's the only way I understand. I explained her, and after I explained a few important things, she went and told him, I am sorry. I realized that some of the things I said hurt you. I know I learned this way of speaking from my own experiences, but I want you to know that I believe in you. I know you are intelligent. I know you can learn, and I love you. Something changed. Not because one conversation magically fixed everything, but because that conversation created a new beginning. That young man seeing himself differently. He started a new way to see life. He started understanding his work. He gained confidence. And the following semester, he entered a calculus class. He told me something I will never forget. I never thought math was natural to me. But maybe math was never the true problem. Maybe the problem was that he had forgotten he was capable. Parents, I want you to think about something. What messages does your child hear most often? Do they hear, "You are difficult, you never listen, you always fail"? Or do they hear, "This is hard, but I believe you can learn. I know you are capable. Let's figure this out together"? This does not mean children don't need boundaries. They absolutely do. Children need guidance, expectations, and responsibility. But guidance works best when a child also feels valued and understood. Why children react before they can explain what they feel? The story of this young man teaches us something important. A child's behavior is often connected to what is happening inside their mind and emotions. Many times when parents see a child struggling, they see their behavior first. They see, "My child is angry, my child refuses to cooperate, my child is being disrespectful." And sometimes those behaviors do need guidance. But before we correct the behavior, it helps us to ask, what is happening underneath? The brain is designed to protect us. When children experience stress, fear, frustration, or emotional overload, the brain may react before they have the ability to explain what is happening. Adults often have years of experience managing emotion. We can say, "I'm overwhelmed today. I need a break. I feel anxious." But children are still learning those skills. A child may not say, "I'm experiencing emotional overload and I need support." They may say, "I hate school. Leave me alone. I don't care." Or they may shut down completely. The behavior is the message. This does not mean every behavior should be accepted. Understanding is not the same as allowing everything. Compassion does not remove boundaries. In fact, children often feel safer when they know they are loving adults who can guide them. They need adults who can say, "I understand you, you are upset, and we are still going to work through this." Think about learning any new skill, whether it is mathematics or sport or playing an instrument or learning emotional control. Nobody becomes confident by avoiding every challenge. Confidence grows when we experience, "This is difficult, but I can do difficult things." This is one of the reasons I believe so strongly in helping children develop emotional resilience. Because the goal is not to create a child who never struggles. The goal is to help children to say, "I can handle challenges. I can calm myself. I can try again." And that brings me to another child whose story taught me something important about the balance between compassion and responsibility, when compassion needs to walk hand in hand with responsibility. Another lesson I have learned throughout my years working with children is that understanding a child does not mean removing every challenge from their life. Children need compassion, but they need also opportunities to discover their own strength. I remember working with a 6th grade student who was having a very difficult time staying at school for the full day. Every day around noon, his mother would receive a call from the school that he was overwhelmed, that he was frustrated, that he was not doing anything, and eventually, leaving the school early became a routine. His mother loved him very much. She was trying to help. Like many parents, she wanted to protect her child from suffering. But sometimes, when we protect children from every difficult moment, they don't get the opportunity to discover, I can handle this. They don't say that, so we need to help them. When this family came to see me, we began working on several things. We worked on helping him calm his anger and emotional reactions. We work on confidence. We work on helping him understand that difficult feelings do not always mean something is impossible. But there was another important piece. His parents and I discussed the importance of consistency and responsibility. Instead of long arguments and repeated warnings, they began creating clear expectations. Staying at school was the expectation. At home, responsibilities were added. He learned that being part of the family also means contributing. Little by little, something changed. He began staying longer at school. He discovered that he was capable. The challenge that once felt impossible became something he could face. One of the greatest lessons I have learned is this. Children do not build confidence by being rescued from every challenge. They build confidence by experiencing challenges with support. But they also don't say, you don't have to try because it is difficult. No. They teach, they encourage, they correct. We as parents, we help them to practice. And eventually, they will say, I can do this. Parenting is very similar to a trainer. Children need to know, my parents love me. And they also need to know, my parents believe I am capable. Sometimes children understand what they need to do, but their emotional patterns make it difficult to do. Throughout my years working with children, I have learned that knowing what to do and being able to do it are sometimes two different things. A child may know I should calm down, I should try again, I should not react this way. But in the moment when emotions become intense, those skills can feel very far away. This is one of the areas where hypnotherapy can be a helpful tool for some children. I often compare it to calling a professional when something needs attention. If a pipe breaks, we call a plumber. If the electricity in our home stops working, we call an electrician. We understand that sometimes we need someone with specific tools. The same can be true when a child is struggling with emotional patterns, fears, confidence, stress, or reactions that they feel they cannot control. Hypnotherapy is not about controlling a child's mind. It is not about making a child do something against their will. Instead, it is about helping the mind enter a state of relaxation and focus attention where new learning can take place. Many children are naturally imaginative. They imagine things very easily. They create stories. They visualize. They pretend. They learn through pictures and experiences. Hypnotherapy uses that natural ability to help children practice new ways of responding. For example, a child who becomes overwhelmed very quickly may learn to create a pause. A child who constantly hears negative messages may begin developing a stronger and more supportive inner voice. A child who feels fear may learn that they can experience fear and still move forward. One of the things I love about working with children is seeing them discover something important. I am not my fear. I am not my anger. I am no my mistakes. I can learn, I can grow, I can change. I want to share another example because this is something many families experience. Sometimes a child is not choosing to react strongly. Sometimes it feels like a button is being pushed before they even have time to think. I once worked with a child who loved his parents very much, and I want to emphasize that first. The problem was not the lack of love. The child loved his family. His parents loved him. But there was a pattern happening that was creating stress for everyone. Sometimes when his parents correcting him or asking him to do something, it was as if someone was pushing a button. Before he had time to think, before he had time to choose a different response, the reaction was already there. Many parents have seen this. You have seen this. A simple request turns into an argument. A small correction becomes a big emotional reaction. And everyone ends up frustrated. When I work with this child, one of the goals was helping him learn that a space between the feeling and the response, just to manage the feeling and the response, that small moment, that pause, is where choice begins. Through relaxation, imagination, hypnotherapy, and whatever I do, or whatever, you can learn, we practice creating that pause. We help him learn that emotions can be strong without controlling his actions. Emotions can be strong without controlling his actions. He could notice the feeling. He could calm his body. He could choose what happened next. And something important happened. The change was not only in the child. The entire family atmosphere began to change. Because when one person learns a new way to respond, relationships begin to change too. Parents, I want to share something I have observed many times. Sometimes families come looking for a way to fix the child. But often, what we discover is that the whole family is learning a new way to communicate. Children are not the only ones growing. Parents grow too. And there is something incredible, powerful in this. About the parent being able to say, I see you, I'm listening, let's figure it out this together. So, I want to give some ideas right now. These are no complicated techniques. They are small changes that can create a big difference. And small changes start with small changes but become big changes. I can start with one small change. After working with children and families for many years, I have learned that transformation does not always begin with a big dramatic moment. Sometimes it begins with something very simple, something small, a different question, a different response, a different moment of connection. So, listen this. Tool 1. Become curious before becoming corrected. The next time your child has a difficult behavior, before immediately asking, how do I stop this? Try asking, what is my child trying to communicate? This does not mean ignoring the behavior, of course. It means looking deeper before responding. Tool 2. Pay attention to the messages children carry. Our children listen to much more than we realize. They listen to our words, they listen to our tone, they listen to what we repeat. Correcting a behavior is different from labeling a child. There is a big difference between. That choice was not okay, and you are always a problem. Tool 3. Create meaningful moments together. Today's busy world, many families are carrying a lot. Parents are working, managing homes, paying bills, driving from one activity to the other. Everyone is busy, but children often remember the small moments. Cooking together, taking a walk, talking in the car, laughing together. A few minutes of true connection can communicate something very powerful. You matter to me. Tool 4. Let children practice difficult things. One of the greatest gifts we can give children is the belief that they are capable. We cannot remove every challenge from their lives. Challenges are where confidence is built. When children experience, "This was hard, but I worked through it," they begin creating a powerful belief. I can handle difficult things. Tool 5. Remember that repair is powerful. No parent is perfect. We all have moments when we are tired. We all say things we wish we had said differently. But one of the most healing things a parent can do is repair. Saying, "I'm sorry. I was frustrated, but I love you. I want to do better." Those words do not make a parent weak. They teach children something incredibly valuable. Relationships can heal. After almost 3 decades working with children, I have learned that children are much more resilient than we sometimes realize. They are capable of growth. They are capable of learning. They are capable of changing. And sometimes what they need most is an adult who believes in that possibility. So, right now, as we come to the end of this conversation, I want to leave you with one thought. Behind every behavior, there is a child who is learning, a child who is growing, a child who is trying to understand their emotions, their world, and themselves. After almost 3 decades working with children as a special education teacher, clinical hypnotherapist, martial arts instructor, I have learned something that continues to inspire me. Children are incredibly resilient. Children are incredible. Understand what the child may be carrying underneath. That is the thread of the whole episode today. I have seen children who believe they could not succeed or discover their abilities. I have seen children who struggle with emotions, learn the new ways to respond. But I hope this episode can help some of you. And if this episode can help you, please share it. Share it and go to my website and my blog. I have more tools. I have more ideas. I have more information. This is Timpanogos Hypnotherapy Podcast. Go to my bio for more information. And thank you for staying with me till the end.